Are you paying attention to your health and well-being? Okay, let's get into this. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Are you paying attention to your health, Hody? Okay. Guess what? Like I said, this idea can go deep. So, are you paying attention to your health? Well, I just asked Hody that, and well, since I'm Hody's parent, I'm the one that's paying attention to his health, right? So, are you paying attention to your health and well-being, though, is the question. So, a lot of people, remember, can't even keep an attention span of, what do they say, a few minutes, if you're lucky. Paying attention to your health is a 24, right? 24/7. You can call it a job, but it's just a lifestyle. Because if you call it a job, then it's not really, well, maybe you're not going to want to do it because you're wanting to do it, right? Because it's a job, it's work. No, it's a lifestyle. Paying attention to your health goes deep, like I said. So, you know what? Let's go outside and walk in the lychee field. It's a beautiful day. And you can see these guys have eaten the ground to the ground here. Here's the grass, and we just cut this just a little while ago, but it's still thick. And on this side here, this is like I've got 6 pastures, and these guys, I got 25 now of these little guys. And who pays attention to your health? I do. I just gave them, because they have a few of the sheep. Remember, I have to pay attention to this. So a few of the sheep, they had some bacterial infection from the birds, because I have turkeys. We've got different fowl, right? Ducks, chickens sometimes. And they get coccidiomycosis. And so I had to notice that some of them had diarrhea. So I just treated their water today, all of them, with amprolium. And amprolium is for coccidiomycosis and different intestinal infections that you usually get from birds. And this happens to a lot of baby sheep. So if I don't keep an eye on them right away, then, well, this disease gets out of hand and they die. I've had several sheep die because of this. So keeping an eye on your health, paying attention to your health is very important, as you can see. Okay, so these are lychee right here, and they're just starting to get red. They weren't even red just last week, but you can see this tree is loaded full of lychee, and this is called the Kaimana lychee species. And we've got about, I don't know, about 1,100 trees here. You can see these are a little smaller, and they'll grow quite a bit bigger than what you see on the tree right here. These will grow like maybe up to 3 times the size of that. But you can see the birds are getting them already, and we feed a lot of animals here. The mongoose. Look at how beautiful the orchards are when they're cut. So let's walk through the orchard. It's a beautiful thing here. I'm going to take my shoes off here. Just got to remember where I left them so I can ground myself, because I'm paying attention to my health. Paying attention to my health means that at least once a week I clean my skin, right? Remember, I'm 62 years old. I just turned just the other day, 3/27/1961. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Daddy, for giving me this life. Okay? Entrance into life, at least. And then, of course, your parents and everybody around you make you into the life that you may want to have. So paying attention to your health, like I said, is something that most people don't do, because they can't even pay attention to just some of the rules of the system, right? Paying attention to your health, like I said, goes deep. If I clean my skin once a week, I'm paying attention to my health, because I'm opening up the pores. And if I'm paying attention to my amount of body fat that I have on my body, remember, I'm 62. Look, I'm an old man and I still got abs, okay? So, and I do that not to be, look, I'm 62 years old. Every man should go ahead and be lean. You should be able to go ahead and see through your skin. You should be able to see Highway 5 running down your arm, right? You should be able to see these veins, because that shows that you're paying attention to your health. So when I see people with a little bit of muscle and you can see these veins coming through the skin, you are paying attention to your health, because if not, you wouldn't have that signature, right? That degree. Highway 5 is the degree. It shows you that you're doing something with your health. You're not eating too much sugar. So let's say you're overweight. Are you paying attention to your health? You look at yourself every day. You look in the mirror every day. Think about it. Are you paying attention to your health? When you drink every day, when you do things you know you shouldn't do every day, are you paying attention to your health? Are you paying attention to your health of your soul? How about that? I am right now. I'm in nature. Look, I'm grounding myself with the earth. And the earth gives us everything and everything that we need to be able to live. So these are lychee flowers right here. And so they're making tiny little fruit. They flower first. These types of trees, oh, you can see there's a bee right there. Look at that, one bee. There should be thousands of them here, but at least we have one. But these don't need to be pollinated, so they're self-pollinating. And they turn into small fruits like this. And I have to take care of these trees' health. I have to fertilize them. So Mark and I, we went ahead and fertilized all 1,100 trees, plus other trees too, but just the lychee trees, and put out about 5 pounds of fertilizer underneath each tree. And you notice we don't use Roundup here because I'm taking care of these trees. If I want to spray herbicides on the bottom of the tree, well, guess what? It's easy for the farmers to be able to make sure you don't get this grass that grows up under here. Okay, so we try different things. I lifted the trees up right here. We pruned them a little higher so we can take the Skag mowers that we have. They're 0-point mowers, and we can go under the trees. And not only that, these plants are fertilized all the time because I'm taking care of them. This plant right here is a peanut, okay, type of plant, and it infuses nitrogen into the soil. So when I cut the lawn here, and I cut all these pastures with Mark here, okay, with the mowers. We have 4 mowers. I blow all of the grass into the trees, so the trees are constantly being fed all the time. So anyways, this is called flushing right here. This is when the tree, it's not supposed to do this right now this time of year, but these are flushing, and you can see they're making little flowers right here too. So this tree's way behind right here. It's starting to make little flowers, and it's gonna finally go ahead and supposedly fruit. But taking care of your health, like I said, is a lifestyle. And if you go on Earther Academy, you'll find out that I have about 400 videos over there. And we do a lot of videos on YouTube just to be able to show you some of the things that aren't sensitive. Okay? Because most of the stuff I like to share with people are things that I do. Not most, everything. Everything that's on Earther Academy, from, are you paying attention to your feet? I just cleaned my feet this morning. Okay, we're gonna get them in the camera right there. Okay, those are 62 years old, right? Do they look like it? No calluses or anything else? Okay, so I just cleaned my feet this morning with hydrogen peroxide, and there's protocols to soak your feet in vodka with mineralized solutions and different cleansers and compounds that you'd put in and soak your feet for an hour. And then you have to go ahead and take off all of the dead stuff that just comes off, like you can rub it off with your fingers. You'd be amazed. Your feet are detoxification organs, right? Just like your hair is. Your hair doesn't grow, well, your body is not detoxing, okay, from this area, because the hair pulls out. That's why you can do a hair analysis, and the hair analysis will show you if you have heavy metals and such. So, cleaning your hands and feet. is necessary for detoxification. Super necessary. Using the sauna protocols, I do it once a week to be able to cleanse my body of all the sins, all the sins that I've accumulated physically, like different types of particulates of plastic. Remember, are you paying attention to your health? Do you watch the video I did on your home health sanctuary? Do you drink clean water? And I'm not talking bottled water, because if you're drinking bottled water, then you're drinking a lot of chemicals. Even if the water's crystal clean, if it's distilled water, whatever it is in that bottle, those bottles leach. Different types of estrogenic chemicals in them. Are you taking care of your health? Think about it. And I always say this, take your clothes off, look in the mirror and give yourself an inspection and check it out. Check and see if you are where you want to be. And are you paying attention to your health? It should be easy to see, at least the physical part on the outside. Then are you taking care of your health on the inside? Remember, you can skin clean on the outside. You can remember all of the different types of, instead of using estrogenic chemicals, okay, cleaning your hair, your laundry. Watch our videos on non-toxic laundry. Remember, most people are doing it to themselves. It's because you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention by reading the labels and seeing chemicals on there and synthetic fragrances. You're not paying attention, okay, to your health. That's one thing, but you're not paying attention in general. Like I said, this goes deep. The idea of this video is for you to pay attention, okay? It's for us to pay attention and see what attention we need to put back not only on ourselves, but maybe on our friends that can't go ahead and see the attention they need. Okay? Are you paying attention? Think about it. To, well, your children's health. Is because if you're feeding them garbage, remember, are you paying attention to the foods that you eat and feed your family? Like I said, are you reading the labels? Are you eating processed foods? What are you doing? Think it through. Are you paying attention to your health? And some people think they are, is because maybe you want to be a vegan. Remember, veganism is something that you can give a try. Don't be shy, right? But it's like a fast. You can't fast forever, you can't be a vegan forever. There are some people that can maybe do what it takes to be able to get the minimal requirements to be able to have maybe long-lasting veganism. I did for 15 years, and I still used eggs. Remember, I worked out. I'm not just sitting around doing nothing, with a Swami, just maybe eating whatever, once a week, whatever it is. No, guys, your body in time gets malnourished if you do not feed it correctly. And if you do not exercise it correctly, let's say, are you paying attention to your health? You have stiff muscles. Remember, you look in the mirror, maybe you're skinny fat. Got big old fat arms, but when you really push through the tissue there, how big is that muscle? How strong is that muscle? Are you paying attention of your muscles being stiff, sore, joints? That means you need to stretch. Remember, if you pay attention, your body will talk to you. And a lot of times, remember, like we can talk about this, are you paying attention to the health of your soul? I said I am right now is because I'm in nature. The nature gods surround me, right? There's no people here. These are just plants, butterflies, insects, anything that lives in what you can call the Creator's biosphere that is natural. Nothing here had to go to school. Nothing here had to really pay attention, because if the system works, it pays attention to itself. Everything works. If I used herbicides under here, that would mean that these trees are not able to absorb a lot of the nutrients because the ground is going to be sterile. The glyphosate, atrazine, any herbicide you spray on there for 3 or 4 months, nothing grows there. And you kill all the mycobacteria. You kill all the things in here that we've made. Look, I'm taking care of the health by not spraying any types of pesticides, okay, any insecticides, any garbage. Look at these trees, how beautiful they are underneath here. And this is about a 15-year-old lychee tree, all grafted, every one of these trees, which means they didn't come from a seed, they came from a part of the tree and they grafted. But underneath here, this is where the magic is, right here. This is where the magic is. It's because all this soil is full of soil-based organisms. Okay, and this is what helps the trees stay healthy, but not only that, why? It's because all those bacteria in there secrete fulvic acids and humic acids, and they break down the soil so the soil's minerals now can be uptaked into the tree, so the tree can start doing what it's supposed to do, live vital, be green. So the only fertilizer we put on here is to make the fruit stay on the tree, because what happens is if you have, and that tree you can see needs to be trimmed, it's a little sick, it's probably got fungus or something. So again, am I paying attention to the trees? Am I paying attention to my body? Am I paying attention maybe even, well, to the world, and see what is going on? Well, the best part is, if you want to pay attention, stop paying attention to the world's woes, because it's taking up all your attention instead of putting in attention into things that really matter, things that you can change, things that you can do. You can't do anything about anything that's happening in the world. Remember, the world's script is going to be the script of whatever it's going to go ahead and show you. And what a movie it is, right? What a movie it is. Paying attention to all that social media, all that garbage, remember, is making you so you will not pay attention to yourself. I notice a lot of people that work for IT and a lot of different computer type jobs, sitting in a bloody chair 10 hours a day. Remember, your bones are losing intensity, okay, because you're not doing anything. They're losing the strength, okay, the ability for the bones to be able to be strong, the muscles to be strong, because you're sitting in a bloody chair. So if that's the case, what do you do to combat that? Exercise. I exercise every day a little bit. I stretch every day. Is because why? Because if my back's stiff or my muscles are stiff, then guess what I got to do? I got to fix it. Remember, I got to become my own doctor. Again, Earther Academy has tons of different types of categories to be able to learn from and experiment with. Everything's an experiment in this world. How you dress. Oh, look at this. Look at all those big jackfruit right here. You can see those are monsters. Look at them up there. 30, 40 pounders. I planted these about maybe 8 years ago, just from little seedlings. So that's called a jackfruit, and they taste like bubble gum because that's where bubble gum flavor came from. That sucker's probably 20 pounds right there, but these things can get huge, like 30, 40. I've had them big as 40 pounds. And the more I give nutrition to this tree, because it's growing close to this tree, and these trees compete because their roots go underneath there, they compete for their health. They need nutrition for them to be able to live at full capacity. And you can see this tree, it's not at full capacity, it's because it needs more nutrition. So having all these trees is a big job to be able to keep them healthy. Oh, look at that, they're getting closer. Some of these lychee, that's only maybe another couple weeks out. But this lychee, like I said, will get twice as big as that. And when they're ready, when they're really ripe, the bottom is smooth right here. You can see that's very sharp and jagged. Okay, so you won't see these jaggeds. It's super smooth skin when it's ripe, and it's a bright burgundy color, but you can see they're starting to form the Christmas tree, as I call it. It's because, you know, am I paying attention to the health of this tree? You can see this tree's got a couple 100 pounds at least of fruit, especially when they get way bigger. Okay, because I've been paying attention to making sure, like I said, it has the nitrogen. All that peanut grass right there, that's all nitrogen. When we cut the grass, we blow it inside there. We feed the trees from the surroundings. I don't use pesticides, okay? Here's because I'm paying attention. I know what it does to the trees. So just flip this around to you. Are you paying attention to your health? Are you eating conventional foods? Well, you're not. Okay, maybe you're ignorant. You're not really understanding that those foods are not really bioavailable like you think. Like I said, veganism is a fast. Okay, it's deficient in a ton of stuff. cholesterol. Your brain needs cholesterol. Your body needs cholesterol so it can make testosterone. Okay, this is one of the reasons when I was plant-based only, I always put in eggs in my diet, because you have to. These are the miracle of eggs. Watch that video I did. Okay, it's a series. Okay. In time, you're paying attention to your health, and let's say and I'm not bagging on vegans, I'm just going to say this is what happens to most people that are following strict veganism diets. You're eating a lot of raw foods which are full of oxalates, and oxalates are very damaging to the body. They damaged my body, they damaged my joints, they damaged my intestinal tract. And I had to go ahead, remember, dig deep. I wanted to see if I could become an herbivore, and I wanted to pay attention to my health as I was doing this experiment, and as hundreds of thousands of other people around the planet were stimulated by myself and other people to be able to see if they can become an herbivore. Eat this grass like the sheep do or the cows do, and turn into muscle, hoofs, okay, brain, liver, kidneys, wool, and everything else, just from eating this grass. That's a magical animal. And if you think you can just eat this grass, because that's all they do, and look what happens to them. Okay, their system is different than ours, so you have to take care of, being, well, let's put it this way. If you're paying attention to your health, you'll notice that if you go vegan, and you may have had a crappy diet before, so it's really hard to go ahead and tell you will get more energy, you're going to start detoxing, you're going to stop putting in a lot of the crap that you were putting in, because a lot of people that go to veganism, okay, were on the standard American diet, so they're eating maybe less processed foods. And if you're a raw vegan, well, you're eating a lot of unprocessed foods, which little bits of those are fine, but if you eat too many oxalates, too many lectins, too many different types of phytonutrients, or excuse me, phytic acid, which are anti-nutrients, then in time you will have problems. And paying attention to your health, you may say, well, shoot, I've been a vegan for 5 years, and I've noticed a degradation in my muscle mass, my sexual appetite. Okay, why? Is because maybe your strength, okay, just your clarity of your brain, because your brain runs off of cholesterol, and you've been starving yourself. Remember, you've been fasting from bioavailable foods. Plants are not as bioavailable as you think unless you ferment them. Watch our videos on that. Again, Earther Academy's got a ton of stuff, 10 bucks a month. Quit anytime. I think it's $100 for the year. Okay, there's tons of stuff on there for you to learn. Got a lot of good videos coming up here too. Like I said, it takes me a long time to be able to write these descriptions. They're like miniature books. What I'm doing is on anti-parasitic drugs, so watch that and how I've used them and everything you want to know about them, and the research that goes behind it. That's about 165 pages. That's a book. And how to do different types of physical therapy, which are very effective, because remember, I'm a specialist in that area. Being a doctor of chiropractic, we had a super large physical therapy department, and I got a chance to experiment with a lot of things on people, because that's what we do as doctors, right? We practice. We practice with people. And we see what works. And if it does work, great. If it doesn't work on this person, fine, let's try it on someone else. And then once you find out certain things are good, then you tweak them a little bit. Are you paying attention to your health internally? Have you done a heavy metal detoxification? Remember, you're eating a credit card's worth of plastic. They say, look it up. Credit cards worth of plastic you eat per week. I'd say maybe per month if you're drinking out of plastic bottles. You're eating out of packaged foods, okay? Well, a lot of the things that are in the air are also, you can call plastic, okay? A lot of microplastics in the water, a lot of microplastics in the soil. Animals eat those, fish eat those, you eat those, everybody's eating plastic. What are you doing lately to be able to remove the plastic that's in your system? The mercury, cadmium, aluminum, lead, arsenic, thallium, stainless steel that's in your kidney and lodged in your tissues. What are you doing to release that? Because it does accumulate. And you know that if you don't change your oil in your car and keep up the maintenance, in time that car will not last as long. Well, it's the same as your body. You may live, but you may not last as long as the person who takes care of their car, the person who takes care of their vehicle, which is your body. This is my church, right? So if this is my church, then if I was respectful to the church, I'd want to keep this church as good as I could for my sojourn here on this planet. And I'm laughing because, remember, I'm walking sideways right now, but we won't talk about that. I'm in Hawaii. Some of you will get it, but anyways, paying attention to your health, like I said, goes very deep. And, you know, just drinking water. And, you know, like I said, paying attention to your health is a lifestyle. It's not work. It's a lifestyle. And you need to change a little bit up, maybe every week, if you can every day. And after a couple of years, every day, if you change something up, right? Upgrade, enhance, and optimize, then, well, in 2 years you would have changed over, you know, 700 different things for the better. And there's thousands to change up. Remember, you're taking baths in fluoridated water. Well, what can I do? Well, there's lots of things you can do. One of them is maybe move to a place that doesn't have it. Get water filter systems. I know it's not an easy thing to pay attention to your health. It's because if you're swimming in toxicity, you're not paying attention to your health. And if you are swimming in toxicity and you know it, then in time, of course, you're going to know that you're going to have to make a move playing chess. Ah, this feels so good. Just standing on the ground here, getting grounded. Back to my shoes. So just keep in mind, you're in charge of your health. You're in charge of your family's health if they're underage. And the television, remember, is not helping anybody with anything. So you may want to go ahead and turn that thing down. Do you think social media is helping you too? There's a lot of well, we won't get into that. There's a lot of disinformation in the system. Remember, trickery is this realm. And I'll do a video on this in the future here, but do we live in purgatory? There are places here that are heavenish, like right here, and there are a lot of places, more than most of this planet here, that are hellish. Go to any city, what do you think that's heaven? Heaven's where you hear the birds singing and you see green everywhere. It's the tropics, right? You see the ocean, you see the real clouds, blue sky. This is heaven. I go to town though, any town, no matter where you go, and all of a sudden I'm bombarded with the prince of the power of the air, which of course is all of the microwaves, all of the towers, everybody with their phones on, their microwave transmitters, their Wi-Fi receptors, their Bluetooths, their security doorbells. And if you're not familiar with our frequencies, watch our videos on that, just so you can get an idea what they sound like. And taking care of your health has a lot to do with where you live. It has also a lot to do with, remember, it does cost some money to be able to stay healthy in this world that wants to trick you and maybe make you sick. It doesn't want to kill you, but it does want to trip you to make you sick. And the ironic part is that you go to the doctor because you can see visually with your eyes, and you should ask the doctor himself. He's got to remember, he's got a big belly on him, and you're talking to the oncologist doctor, you're talking to the GP or to the nutritionist that's overweight. Are you paying attention to your health? You're the person that's supposed to help me with my health, so how could you help me with my health if I see you're not paying attention to your health? It's just the visual body fat. Watch our videos on how to go ahead and fast. Remember, there are simple ways for you to be able to slowly, lifestyle, slowly change it up. It's one step at a time, one baby step. If not, it's overwhelming, especially if someone's got to lose 50, 60, 70 pounds. And I've had lots of people from Earther Academy. Actually, I met a guy, I forget his name, met him over at the feed store. He says he lost over like 125 pounds, something ridiculous. Okay, following simple protocols. Remember, if you're overweight, you're toxic. If you're overweight, okay, that means that, well, fasting is going to be your friend. Detoxification is going to be your friend. But don't malnourish yourself. Again, eating spinach has 0 nutrients in it, not what they tell you it does. And it may have a lot of nutrients in there, but remember, spinach is one of the #1 plants there is, along with kale, along with cacao, along with almonds, a lot of different things. And if that's all you eat, okay, then you're loading yourself up with oxalates. And I could put in a spoon of oxalic acid, which is the stuff that's in those plants, and give it to one of these sheep and it'll kill them. You can look that up. Oxalic acid is a poison, and they've used it for rats, they've used it for animal coyotes, mixing it with chocolate or peanut butter, whatever, to get the animals to eat. Okay, so taking care of your health, again, one of the best things if you are going to eat better foods, bioavailable. Watch my videos on even my transformation, 1-year transformation, so you can see. You know, I went from 127 pounds to about 150 pounds. No steroids, no hormones, just a different diet. From a malnourishing diet, and that was a good diet for me to be able to learn how long I could last by just eating plants. But I destroyed my gut. I had a lot of issues with a lot of things, and I would say my stomach's right now, it's taken me a couple years to heal it. But I healed it with saturated fats. You're not going to heal that with vegetable oils. Remember, are you taking care of your health? All you have to do is look up the dangers of seed oils. And if you're eating those, well, you're being ignorant because, well, there's lots of information out there. Like I said, you want to learn. There's lots of information out there, but be careful who you learn from, because one side of the fence is going to tell you that vegetable oils are the best things in sliced bread. And then you got the truth on this side over here, those polyunsaturated #6s, well, those vegetable oils, canola oil, safflower oil, even your olive oils, because most of it's garbage. Doesn't matter if it's in glass or not. Okay, most of it's garbage. It's not picked mature, and they're damaging to the gut. They inflame the gut. They inflame your body by eating them. And having a little bit of them, I'm sure if your stomach and everything else is healthy, but if you've been paying attention to your health and your stomach's been hurting for the last 60 days, you got gas and bloating and maybe even a little bit of blood in your stools, and every time you eat you feel like you want to go to sleep, well, guess what? You've probably got some intestinal disease going on, and you got it through your diet. And also, once the diet starts irritating the intestinal wall consistently, then you wind up getting a lot of problems like IBS and everything else. So remember, sometimes when you get sick, it's one of the best things that's for you, because maybe you'll learn your lesson and change it up. A lot of people have, remember, are you taking care of your stress health? And then we're going to go, because I keep saying we're going to go. We're on 33 minutes right now, the 33. Are you taking care of your health in regards with your stress? Are you taking care of your health in regards with your electrical body, all the Wi-Fi you're surrounded with? Are you taking care of your health and paying attention about your environment where you live? Remember, navigate, play the chessboard. That's all you can do. Just play chess here. Like I said, we'll do a video on the ideas of purgatory. There are parts here that are heavenish, and, well, there are many places here that are hellish, which, of course, suffering is going on 24/7, and always does. We've never known this place we live to have peace, have we? No. All you hear about is war. I don't care how many thousands of years, this person, this group, boom, this one fighting this. Anyways, we'll get into that. But start looking at paying attention to your health. And if you feel, like I said, you feel confused, you feel depressed, you feel like your hormones have taken a dive, well, that means that there's something going on for you to be able to search over and over again, and it's researching. And then, well, that's all I've done for the last 40 years is research, experimentation, clinical practice, not only on myself, my friends, but over 100,000 patient office visits, trying certain things and seeing if they had any repeated efficacy. Another video I'm doing is on using 4 anti-parasitic powerful herbs. Show you how to grind them up, put them together, the consistency of the percentage of dosages and what they do. And this is another way that you could, remember, pay attention to your health. When's the last time you've been wormed? Watch that video. Are you paying attention to your health? Do you think, okay, that you don't have parasites? How about I know you do? I just know you do, no matter what test you've taken. Okay? And if you're going to send your poop for parasite eggs, to go ahead and get a count, then send it to the vet. Tell them it's your dog. Okay? That's all I want to tell you about that. Because the other labs, well, you're not going to find anything. And it all has to do, remember, it's done by the eye. You have to look under the microscope, so you have to know that the examiner, of course, is everything in that test. The system doesn't want to know you have parasites. Remember, these are the demons. Watch that video that I put out, several of them on parasites and degeneration. Could it be possible? All right, there's a connection. Parasites and demons. I call the parasites demons. And if you're paying attention to your health, you would know that other people, not only your health, but other people have been paying attention when they did certain parasite cleanses and changed it up to be able to show you what came out of them. And of course the question is to you is, do you have them too? Of course. Anyways, okay guys, have a good day, beautiful day. I just wanted to show you what the orchards look like, and you can see these things just go up, goes up back about over a mile, like this, solid trees all the way. Houses in the middle, but the trees keep on going back and forth. Okay, there we go. Lychee season will be here in about a month, so we probably got about 100,000 pounds of fruit on these trees. And it all depends on the weather. Lychee like to grow in the shade cover, not in the sun, because they'll ripen. You want them in the shade, and you want it to have a lot of rain. So lychee's sort of temperamental that way. If not, you may have a lot of fruit, but if it doesn't rain for the next month, all this fruit they'll grow a little bit, but they'll get red, tiny, and they're worthless fruit. No one wants them. They taste okay still, but they're sour. You'll have sour fruit. I know, because they were late in the season. So, okay, we will see you guys. Aloha, and pay attention to your health and well-being. Because when you have good health, remember, you want to do good because you feel good. And if you don't feel good, well, then there's no way you can do any good, because that's just the way it works. Feeling good means that you want to beautify things. Feeling good means that you'll say hello, right? Aloha. I don't like to say hello because it's hell. Oh. Okay, you'll be happy to talk with people instead of And remember, if you're depressed, shut your wireless off when you can, or get rid of it. Your phones, remember, I see everybody. You're possessed by the phones, guys. I'm just telling you. You probably check it 200 times a day. Just like some people that smoke weed 20 times a day. You got to go ahead and remember, are you paying attention to yourself? To yourself, not even to your health. Watching your actions every day. Habitually doing something that you know you shouldn't do. And it could be from just eating a bunch of crappy food. Donuts and whatever it is. You can lose weight by eating McDonald's once a day, one meal a day. Just don't get crazy. A lot of people say they can't afford things. Well, remember, water fasting is one of the best ways for you to lose weight, especially if you're overweight. And then you would maybe do 3 days of fasting, 2 days of fasting with distilled water, 1 day of fasting, putting salt in a little bit. It's all simple stuff. And then you'd want to eat maybe 2 eggs and a couple pieces of liver, and it would take you about an hour to eat those on the 4th day. 1 meal a day, fat and protein. That works for most people. You could do half of avocado, 2 eggs. You could do some sardines, okay? Having a small amount though. And eating it very slowly so you don't get a stomachache, because your body member needs to get triggered again to be able to signal the body to have metabolism. It hasn't had any metabolism by breaking anything down, so it's sleeping. So chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing, each bite should take you about 2 minutes before you swallow. And you're just swallowing just liquid, grains, nothing of any value of density. And you have to do it very slowly so you can get the amylase in your mouth to start breaking it down and start the digestion process again. Because a lot of people fast and they eat something, I got a stomachache. Yeah, I know, you ate like a horse, or you ate too bloody fast, and or you ate the wrong thing. You have to turn on, and you turn it on by using your jaws. Okay, by hitting your teeth together. That's just how it works. That stimulates your internal system to be able to say, shoot, we're going to have some food. And it turns it on. Okay, so pay attention. All right, we'll see you guys. Aloha, and wow, what a beautiful day. There's the sun. Okay, no aerosols today. Wow, and real clouds.